howdy, howdy. Sandra Waldrop here with Kingdom Acres. Welcome to Reindeer Ruckus. Woohoo! This is an event that's through Fab4 Events Emporium, and it's being streamed through Craft Around the Clock and a myriad of other groups that are linked in the description. Please go join all the groups. It is so much fun, so many cool things, and it's so exciting. It's just a fun thing, right? Fun stuff to do. Got my husband's work truck right above my head. Anyways, so it's called Reindeer Ruckus because we're all doing reindeer themed crafts. And if you haven't seen any of the others today, go back and watch them. They're all in Craft Around the Clock. They're all in the Fab4 group and the other groups that are listed. So what I'm going to be doing today is my last 10, I think. My last 10 for my tree. I'm really loving having these tins in my tree. I think it is just so unique having these sweet little tins sitting in my tree. These little vintage style tins. Look at that. I got this one from an antique store, but some of the other ones I have made. And so I have a mixture. Hello, Miss Kimmery. So I have a mixture of different tins, right? I have some that are actual vintage and then some that I have made. Hello there, sweet Diane. And so today we are going to be working on a reindeer themed tin. And so I got this this label off of Etsy. Look at that. Kringle Co. Reindeer feed. Isn't that cute? Hello, everyone. I've seen your comments. Let me see. Glenda. Sparky. Hello, Connie. Natalie. Patricia. Carol. Welcome. Thanks so much, Sparky. I appreciate you. So I have this little tin from Thanksgiving. I've been holding on to my tins. I had made, hello Elite Bling Boss. Thank you so much for all the interaction on my page. I appreciate you. I got this tin on Thanksgiving. I made hominy casserole. And if you don't know what hominy casserole is, the recipe is on my page. So good. So good. Oh, thanks, Lori. Kimberly's Vintage Treasures. Hello. Ladybugs, Gnomes, and Crafts by Tammy. Hello. Oh, thanks, Glenda. Thanks, Kimmery. So we are going to do a reindeer feed tin today. Hello from Arkansas. Arkansas is so beautiful. I love it. I've only been there once, I think I was 18, maybe, yeah, or maybe 19. I was newly married to my husband and we went for a family reunion. We flew into Arkansas. No, we flew into Texas and we drove into Arkansas. Anyways, so it was, hello, Jeanette. Thank you. Thanks, Natalie. So I will post the link after my live is over. I will post the link to that image if you are interested in making your own reindeer feed tin or craft, whatever you want to make with it. I just think that label is adorable. And it would be really cute to print on some fabric and just make a little dangly label. Anyways, I'm going to cut this fabric so that we can get started making that, because we also have to make the feed. Whew. That was dusty. It's been in my little fabric bag, but I have a lot of coffee stained fabrics in there. And is this one coffee stained? No, it's not coffee stained. It looks like it might have been coffee. I don't know. I don't know. Where did I go in Arkansas? So we flew into Texarkana and then we went somewhere there. So somewhere in the Texas, Arkansas area, border town area. I don't remember because that was 21 years ago and we haven't been back. Hello, Beverly, Sherry. Thanks, Bev. I'm not smashing the can. No, ma'am. So like with this one, I just keep them regular, okay? And then I will make them into all sorts of fun decor. Just regular can. I'm not smashing it, no. And that is not something that I would do on camera because I tend to be very accident prone. So this is not that kind of show. We're not trying to have all that mess. Y'all just like see the EMS coming in and wheeling me off. I'm like, bye guys. Oh no, Sherry, you can totally be on your business page. You are more than welcome to be on your business page, Sherry. I don't have a problem with that at all. Okay, so I'm going to use Coffee Podge to apply this fabric to my tin. Because one, I don't believe this has been stained, and if it has been stained, it's not dark enough for me. So we're gonna go ahead and apply it to the tin while it also gets a little bit of color added to it. And we will still likely do some more grunging and things, and hopefully we'll have time between the actual crafting and my rambling to do the contents of the tin. So if I fall asleep during this live, I was out late last night, y'all. I was out late partying. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I'm not a partier, but I am the director. There's two of us that are directors for our homeschool co-op. So I'm a co-director for our homeschool co-op. And we put on winter ball. So, Happy Meal. Oh, you got Happy Meal from Justin. Oh, that's nice. So I was out late. I got home a little after midnight. And I know that doesn't sound extremely late to you people who actually stay out for real late, but I don't know how I ever like was 20, you know, and like I used to drink and go to bars and stuff like that in my BC days before Christ. and I would drink and, you know, party, and then I'd get up the next day and yeah, I'd sleep in or whatever, but I don't remember feeling quite so where am I and what year is this? And grumpy. My goodness, I'm so grumpy today. My poor family. I'm like, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hungry, I'm this, I'm that. And yeah, so anyways, 40 is definitely not the new 20. I'll tell you that much, because I cannot do what 20-year-olds do. What's left? What do you guys have going? Y'all are hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I've got that Coffee Podge and a good layer all the way around, and then I've just got this flap here, and I'm going to get my scissors and I'm going to trim it off. Well, I'm going to tear it. Just give it a little tear. All right. So we were having lots of ruckus last night, but y'all, the event was so beautiful. So beautiful. We do it at a wedding venue, and because we're a nonprofit, they give us somewhat of a discount. It's still pretty pricey to have our event there, but it's so worth it. The kids have such a good time. We don't really make a whole lot, well, we didn't make a whole lot of money this year off of it. I'm hoping we at least broke even. I haven't done the numbers on it yet, but if not, that's not really what it's about. It's more about the memories that the kids get to make and having that special event. We get a real DJ. We get, you know, we do tables, fancy tables with centerpieces and beautiful snacks and trays of sandwiches and just gorgeous, gorgeous things for our babies. So, aw, thank you. Thanks, Miss Sue. So, I don't know. I had fun. My husband did dance with me for one song, and I was very happy about that because he does not dance with me. He's not a dancer, and I've known this. We've been married since we were 18. Like, I've been knowing that he's not a person who likes to dance, but the past few years he has kind of just sacrificed for me and he'll dance with me for at least one song. So it's nice. And that backdrop, I posted a picture on my page. Everyone thought I was crazy when I suggested using the manger from my church and jazzing it up. I'll tell you what, it turned out absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Could you believe that chair? Somebody allowed us to borrow it from their business. So I was like so excited because I was looking all over the place for one of those vintage chairs for that photo booth area, and they allowed us to use it. So I'm just gonna go over the top of all of this with the coffee podge. This is not, you know, a standard fabric that you would normally see used in Christmas decor, but the color of it is really what I liked, and I thought, you know what, once you get it all covered in that coffee podge and everything, it's really gonna look great with that label. I hear somebody. Is it the mail? We live out in the middle of nowhere, so if we hear somebody driving down our road, everybody's like, who is that? We're always just eyeing who's coming down our road, which I like because then it just makes it harder for any criminal activity to happen because everybody's always watching. All right, went all the way around. Look at what it did to that color. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. I'm going to set that off to the side while I work on the label a bit. We're going to do the water method for getting our label off of the paper because I like it to look ripped. I like the ripped look. So I'm loving my little tin series that I've got going on here. We're almost to the end of it, and then I'm going to have to kind of think of some other things to do, but I really love doing with tins. It's just such a great way to recycle, and I don't feel so guilty about throwing stuff away. Do you ever go through a season when you're, oh, hello, Miss Sonia. You ever go through a season in your home where you're just like, I have to get rid of stuff, and then you just want to throw everything away because you're too busy to go and drop it off at, you know, the Salvation Army or Goodwill or whatever is usual for your area. I have friends who will just like throw whole bags of stuff away, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I'm like, why did you throw that away? I wanted that. Which is why I'm in the mess I'm in. Hello. Aw, thanks. Thanks, Miss Sonia. So I'm just going to give this a little tear. I'm trying not to pull too hard. I don't want to mess up that real pretty border. Look at that. It's got kind of the like Victorian border, and I really love it. So I don't want to get rid of that completely, but I do want just that feathered look on the edge. So anyways, have y'all ever chaperoned a dance before? Some of these kids, hello Miss Lori. Some of these kids are just so incredibly sweet. Well, they're all so incredibly sweet. But I'm like, y'all, you keep your hands to yourself. What are you doing? I'm standing right here. I know you see me. Don't be looking at her like that. I see that look in your eyes. I remember when I was dating my husband. We really didn't care who was around when we were 16, 17 years old. We just always wanted to be holding hands and heads on shoulders and gazing into each other's eyes. We didn't care. The rest of the world didn't exist until an adult was like, y'all cool it, okay? Y'all knock it off. And I just thought that was so uncool. And now I'm like, y'all, what are you doing? Oh gosh. All right, I'm just trying to get off this excess. It kind of dried on me a little bit. I'm just picking at it. So we had to sleep in late, which was great. You know, my kidneys choose the worst time to act up. So at the end of the night last night, they were mean. They were being mean. Hello, Miss Kathy. Oh, thanks. 4 bags of clothes to the homeless. That's amazing, Lori. Good job. Oh, hi, Kathy. Thanks for watching. Welcome. So I'm kind of in this place where I need to, there are definitely some things that can just go in the trash. More than likely, people will not want some of the things, but I'm quite sure that I have plenty of things that can be donated. I just need to get rid of some stuff. Probably stuff that people were getting rid of, and I was like, hey, I'll take it. Probably mostly stuff like that, but hey, it's been stored at my house, and now I've decided I'm probably not going to get to using it. Yes, ma'am. Your nose is bleeding? Okay, you're gonna have to go find your father. He's in the room. My 10-year-old has a bloody nose. Oh, Pamela, welcome. Welcome in. Thank you for watching. We're making a little reindeer feed tin, and we're gonna put some stuff in there to be the reindeer feed. Yes, ma'am? Oh, he's not? Okay. I don't see any blood coming out. Okay. Go get a piece of toilet paper and stick it up in there and just kind of lay on the couch and relax. It's not gushing. She's fine. Hello, Darla. She is just fine. I promise. If she were actually in danger, I would be ending my life. Yes, there are some places where they will pick up your donations. I, however, live in the middle of nowhere, so it's very likely that they will not come to my house, but they will come to a lot of people's homes. Aw, thanks, Diane. I just need to get rid of stuff, y'all. My house, I believe, I want to say the house itself is 1,800 square feet, and then with the back room, like the added on sunroom, it might be like 2,300 square feet, I think. I don't remember. I remember thinking that it was a lot bigger than an RV when we bought this house, because that's what we were living in. Our rental house had flooded with Harvey, and we were living just in a travel trailer, and so we went to house shopping. And I knew that it was probably on the smaller end for what we actually needed, but at that time, my oldest was 12. He's now 20, and he needs more room. My 19-year-old daughter needs room to like start preparing for her launch. My son's fixing to move also. He's fixing to launch, but that doesn't mean that like I get rid of their space, right? Hello, Mama B. How are you? What do you do when your kids first move out? Like, I don't know. I feel like their room should just be like a shrine to them for a while. I just don't feel like I could just, you know, make it an office, you know. I don't think that I can do that. I don't think that that's what I can do. Oh, this is turning out so cute. Look at that. Look at how cute that's looking. I love it. I love how the tins look covered in fabric. I've done them with the scrapbook paper. I did this one with the scrapbook paper, and I like that too, but I just really feel like the fabric gives it a very clean look. I think for what I did with that one, it was very appropriate, but you just cry. Renee, you just cry. That's probably what will happen. I'll probably just lay in bed for a while and not move and just cry. And then when they call, I'll pretend like everything is fine. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how things are gonna go. Because everybody knows that, like, my kids are my heart. They are my treasures. They are, like, they are true gifts to me and my soul. So for them to leave is very hard. And I know it's necessary. I'm not one of those, like, crazy homeschool families that, like, I don't want them living in my basement as a 40-year-old playing video games, eating, you know, SpaghettiOs straight from a can kind of thing. Like, I don't want that. I want them to go out and be successful in the world. Have spouses and, you know, grandchildren for me and all those things. But there's a small part in me that's like, but could you still not leave? Can you do those things and still just like stay here with me? Surely I'm not the only one. Surely I'm not the only one. Okay. I'm just wondering if I want to bubble this, or if I want to gold it, or what do I want to do here? You were excited? Yes, I am excited for my son. He's planning on moving about 4 hours away from where I am. Which to me, that just means that like a couple times a month, I'm going to be making a 4-hour drive to go see my kid and then 4 hours to come home. I can do that in a day. I can do that in a day. No big deal. I don't even need to get a hotel. I think my husband's going to put a boot on my car. He's gonna boot my car so I can't leave. Oh gosh. I'm trying to get this dry so we can embellish it and make it cute. But I'm very excited for all of the adventures. And all the people he'll meet and the things he'll get to do. He's a very, very just solid person in who he is. Your son told you not to rain on his parade. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I don't want to. I don't want to rain on his parade. I want to be excited for him. I'm excited for him, but sad for me. Does that make sense? I'm just... Alright. I left the lid in there. I just figure that way I don't have to stuff it full of stuff. Just leave it in there kind of teetering, and I'll put some something. Oh gosh. Your son and granddaughters are here with you now. Let's see. Read more. And you love it? Oh, I bet. Yeah. Boys live 2.5 hours away and it feels like they're in another state. Oh gosh. Aw, thanks, Miss Wanda. So, yeah. I have traveled long distances. I have journeyed afar to see my husband. When the kids were little and he was working out of town, I would go just about anywhere. We lived in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and he would work in Carlsbad, he'd work in Odessa, he'd work all over the place, and we would just get in the car and go. I would travel across the state just to go see him with our babies. We'd stay in the hotel, and then I'd go home. Oh, your daughter just moved back. Yes, the economy is horrible. It is. So I don't see it as a crazy thing for me to travel to see my son. Yes. Yeah. I just want to go and laugh, and you know, we can go and see the sights together. He can take me to the zoo in his town. You know? Yeah. I wouldn't mind my kids living super close. I've always wanted to have like a lot of land so my kids can have their house on my property, and I'm still praying that that will happen. But they still have to have that season where they fly, right? Where they just like go out and experience and have their adventures. And then when they're ready to settle, they can settle back with me. Holy cookies. Yeah, New York City though. $1,900 for a 1-bedroom apartment. I believe that. That's crazy. Miss Mike. Yeah, so quiet. Well, my son is a really quiet person. He's really quiet. We're not even gonna know. Just me. I'm gonna go in his room and he's not gonna be in there. Yep. I'm not gonna be able to go in there and bug him. He is like, because I know that not everybody is like 100% introvert or extrovert. Like they're usually a mixture, right? So he's probably 90% introverted and only 10% extroverted. Like he'll talk to people, he's okay with it, but he doesn't like it. It doesn't fill his cup. He enjoys solace. The solitude of life. He enjoys that. I asked him one time, I was like, what is it that you want out of life? He was like 17 at the time. Like, when you're grown up, what do you envision? And he was like, I want a house on a piece of property with a pond that I can fish in and a dog by my side. And I looked at him and I said, son, That is retirement. Next month, Miss Brenda. Next month, I think. If everything works the way he's planning it out. But maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what the Lord has in store for him. Oh gosh. Oh, where's my bag? There's my bag. I'm like, I know I've got things around here. Let's see here. What do I got? All right. I'm gonna do some ink on this. Now, y'all, I know some of y'all have the fancy inks. I just have some Dollar Tree ink here. Hello, Miss Sharon. So I've got my Dollar Tree makeup brush and my Dollar Tree ink in the color black. And and it's probably mostly dried out, which is good because I only want a little bit of that black on there to be kind of subtle, but still visible. See? Just adding some dimension to it, going around the base. Okay, doing the other side. That's why I wanted to get it good and dry so I could do that without messing up my ink. Okay, and then we'll just go around the back too. And do the edges. Some little spots of ink back here. So he has a friend that he's moving in with. They're just buddies, him and this other guy, and his friend went off to play college baseball up there, and so they're just gonna be roommates. And my son, so he's just like looking for work up there right now. I think he got a job offer. I don't know. I've been insanely busy to really stay abreast of everything, but so he's just going because he wants to fly. Not really for anything. He does his college classes online, so he could do it anywhere. He could live in Istanbul if he wanted to, I suppose. So now it's looking really good and aged there, okay? But this sign is kind of bougie, so I'm gonna put a little bit of this gold on there. Let me move these out of the way. All right. Okay, and I just kind of want to add some golding around on that. To give it a little bit of the bouge. Adding the bougies. Oh, really, Miss Barbara? Well, welcome. Thanks for watching. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome in, my craft crazy friend. How are you doing? Over there, all the way over there in California. Have you eaten anywhere good lately? I love food in California. I love it. Happy Saturday, Jeffrey. Welcome. I hope he doesn't, yeah, me too. Me too. At this point, I think he'd go anywhere just to spread his wings. He was talking about going to Alabama there for a little while, so, but that was just for work. But I think he's not going to do that anymore. I think I'm going to go a little bit out on the fabric with this gold, just to give it more of the bouge. I like adding gold to stuff. I'm a Goldie. I guess I could say I'm a prim Goldie because I like primitive, I like vintage, but I like just a little bit of bling sometimes. I mostly just like the gold. It just gives it a little bit of the shimmer, but I don't know how well you can see that on camera. It's kind of subtle, but really cute. Aw, thanks, Miss Barbara. Aw, welcome, Juanita. How are you? Where are you from? Yeah, so crazy times in the Waldrop household. It's always crazy going into these new seasons, right? Okay, so now we want to think about the top, okay? And where did my fabric go? I'm just looking around here. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Okay, all right. Oh, let's see here. I think I'm just going to put a little bit on the inside. Does it have it? Has like okay. Put a little bit on the inside, cover that up, and then we can put our little snacks in there. But we are going to have to. I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna put that there. Do I have a pen? I do have a pen or a marker of something. A pen. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of make a mark. Come on. Okay, that's not gonna work. Here we go. This will work. I'm just gonna lightly go around where I want to cut it. My little Sharpie here. Me and all my professional crafting tools. Oh. Thanks, Jean. Aw, thanks, Darla. You're so sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know if that bled through. Not really. I mean, it kind of did, but in certain areas. If you are using a Sharpie, it may bleed through, and then when you use your coffee podge, it may show even more. So just cut on the inside of it so that you're cutting it off, and you'll be fine. It's just more of a guideline for me. All right. All right, there we go. And put that there. Don't want to lose my scissors because scissors around this place is like gold. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and coffee podge this fabric. I'm just gonna do it right on the table, and then I'll put it in there all goopy to dry, and it'll stick on that lid that's in there. So, yeah. Anyways, do y'all stay out late? I feel like after about 35, staying out late is not something to do anymore. It's not something to do anymore. Unless you literally have nothing to do the next day, because I was supposed to go to a sourdough class today, hang out with some friends and stuff, and just because my kidneys were acting up so bad last night, I decided that it probably was not the best idea. Okay, so I got that good and grunged. I'm going to stick that in there, kind of press it down, make sure it's good and wrinkly around that rim. Okay, and it shouldn't have any issues sticking. It may also want to stick to your hands too, so I just kind of push it down there. You're a homebody at night? Yeah. I like to be home at night. I really do. But it was a good cause. The kids all had a ton of fun. And I'm a music person. So I love, being where there's the DJ. You're a homebody at night? I just feel like nighttime is family time, but I can't do a dance during the day because that's not really a thing. Now we're talking about doing a little dance for the like junior high, middle school kids in the spring, which I think will be loads of fun. So I'll do a little something for them. Because the high schoolers get prom and the middle schoolers don't really have like a spring event. Let me turn it so y'all can see how that's looking. Isn't it looking cute? Yeah. 8 to 8:30. That sounds like heaven. That sounds absolute heaven to be in your room by 8 to 8:30. That's usually when I'm like cooking dinner. We're so, like our schedule's all crazy. But here lately, I haven't even been getting home until like 9 o'clock in the evening because we've just had so much stuff going on. You know, all of the events, all of the shenanigans, all of the meetings and whatnot. It just gets crazy. I might have to go back and tack this with hot glue, but I want to let it dry. See, while it's drying, we can go ahead and work on our little reindeer treats. Okay, so, I left it right there. Hold on. Let me move my thing. And try not to drop anything. Hold on, give me one second. Let me just grab my baggie. Y'all can see my whole mess. Ooh, excuse me. All right, got my baggie. I made a bunch of, you have noise in your, I have to have noise in your apartment in almost every room. Yeah, I like noise. Oops. Bed by 6:30. If I went to bed by 6:30, I would more than likely be awake at 2 o'clock. My body does not like a ton of sleep. So, but apparently if I stay out late, it likes to think that I was out being naughty. Okay, so this is a big glob of Grandma Betty's salt dough. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Grandma Betty. She's over on TikTok. Her name's Betty Conley. She does all kinds of salt dough ornaments, and apparently she's been making them since like the 80s, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I tell you, this woman is insanely talented. So I used her recipe for the salt dough. That's 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, 1.5 cups of water or hot, well, it's hot water, and you can add like instant coffee in it depending on how brown you want it. So I have some instant coffee in here, and then you put it in the, I think the big thing is that you have to put it in the mixer for a while, like at least 10 to 15 minutes. Thank you, Miss Jean. At least 10 to 15 minutes in the mixer to really get that gluten developed, because just look at how smooth this is. Normally when I make salt dough, it's kind of grainy, and this is not. It, like, I took this dough to our homeschool co-op and I was making ornaments with the kids, and they were like, is this clay? And I told them, no, it's not clay. It feels like clay though, huh? And they were like, yeah, it does. I told them, no, it's salt dough. Like, it literally feels like clay. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so let's look in our little tool bag here and see what we have. I think this is good and hard. Okay, so I'm just going to make like little cylindrical, kind of like dog treats, I guess. And then I'm just gonna make little splotches on them. Make them look kind of like planter's peanut if you want to. That would be cute if you were doing like an elephant feed tin too. Cute for a baby shower. Anyways. Do I like that shape? No, I don't like that shape. How about this? Let's use a cookie cutter. Let's use a cookie cutter. I want a prettier shape. I feel like they're reindeer. Maybe they will want some star cookies instead. Let's do that. That looks too much like a turd. Oh gosh. I grew up with brothers. Sorry. Yes, you'll want to use that recipe. I have a little bit of cornstarch over here, and I'm just going to dust my table so that, and I'm gonna, just so it doesn't stick. And I'm gonna flatten this out as much as I can just with my hands. And then I'm going to cut out my little star. Okay. And these will dry. You can put them in the oven at 250 degrees for 4 to 5 hours, or you can stick them in your dehydrator on low. I do not recommend overcooking it though. I read your mind. Yes, you will have to use that recipe. It's a great recipe. So you'll want to bake it, but don't bake it for too long. Or if you put it in your dehydrator, don't put it in for too long. I put something in my dehydrator and let it run a full 24 hours, and it was too long and it cracked my item. Not horribly, but it was cracked nonetheless. So I'm just gonna make a bunch of these real quick, and then we can add some embellishments. I read your mind. I'm telling you, I don't feel like reindeer poop treats are where it's at. But if you are crafting with a 4-year-old, they would love the idea of reindeer poop treats. If you've ever had, especially a 4-year-old boy, and if you want to get a 4-year-old boy into crafting, or even an 8-year-old boy into crafting, make it about poop. Make it about poop. Yes, ma'am, Miss Bonnie. I will post it in the comments at the end of this, or actually no, I will make a whole other post with it for the salt dough recipe. That way it's easy to find, and I'll just pin it to my featured. That'll be the easiest way, because these dry so awesome. We did a benefit for Miss Tamara here recently, and I'm shipping this out tomorrow. Or no, not tomorrow. I'm shipping this out Monday, but I made this little ornament. Look at how well it holds up. It has been dehydrated. This one was dehydrated for about 8 hours. It just needs to be sealed. And all you do, if you're making it into an ornament, you trim a paper clip and stick it in. You want to leave it good and long. You stick it in as far as, and you just leave a little hook right there. And then you've got a little place to hang your ornament from. And I just think that it is just, I love this recipe so much. But yes, star cookies is what my reindeer are eating. But if you're an 8-year-old boy, his reindeer will probably like the poop treats. And listen, okay, my daughter is 10. And I told her, I found these classes in a town close to us where they do they're called cotillion classes, and it's just kind of like mini finishing school, right? These girls, they teach girls how to be ladies, because for the past few years, her and her best friend, anytime they're in the back seat, all I hear between giggles is more and more information about bathroom things, okay? All the farts and giggles, right? They're hilarious, and I love it. I love it. But she's 10, her friend is 11. I'm like, okay, these girls need a little bit more. We're gonna help them out a bit. So, all right. So, we've got our stars. And once these are dry, you can paint them like this. You can paint it, you can glitter it. I will likely glitter these. I don't usually glitter things. Maybe not. Maybe I will cinnamon them. You know what? Let's cinnamon one right now. I'm gonna put a little bit of coffee podge. Okay. Let's see how this looks. We're experimenting here. Let's experiment with some reindeer cookies. I feel like reindeers would eat, reindeers? Is it reindeers or reindeer? I don't know. They would eat stars if they were Santa's reindeer. Their feet would look like stars. Cinnamon stars. Oh, I love it. Cinnamon is what I like to call primitive glitter, okay? Cinnamon is the glitter of primitive crafters. And that way, if you do the cinnamon, you can still bake your ornaments or put them in the dehydrator. I like to use my dehydrator for salt dough, anything. If I'm making faux foods with salt dough, like my little mini buns or cakes or anything like that, I will use my dehydrator. If I'm using anything that has chemicals or could have chemicals like the Model Magic, the Crayola Model Magic or anything, I just let it air dry. I don't put that in anywhere where there's gonna be food. Basement crafting with Michelle, hello. Recipe for the salt dough, yes ma'am. I will make a post with it, but it is 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of salt, 1.5 cups of water, and you can mix into the water whatever you want. You can do food coloring, or you can do the coffee. You can use the coffee ground instead of water if you want. Whatever your preference is. And then you are going to mix it in a stand mixer, and you're going to let it run for about 10, 15, even 20 minutes. You want that gluten to develop really good so that it's going to have a really nice texture to it. And then you just keep it wrapped up in that plastic. I made this, it's probably about 5 days ago now, this batch. And the longer it sat, the more clay-like it has gotten. So, yes, I love my cinnamon too. So you really want to mix it good. And then if you wanted to let it sit for a while before you used it, I think that would be a great idea. Where are we at? 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to stack these inside of my tin right now because they're still wet, but I will post a picture tomorrow when they are dry with them in there. Oh, baking cookies with grands and daughter. Oh, that's sweet, Miss Denise. Welcome. Okay. So just want to make sure that was dry. And I'm going to get my raffia here. Raffia. Okay. And I'm going to fight with it, apparently. Here we go. Let's work smarter. Work smarter, not harder, right? Okay. I'm just going to pull some off of here. And then it was forevermore a mess, right? As soon as you open the raffia, it is something to work through, okay? And let's see. Let's see how thick we want this. We want to wrap it around. Could wrap it around there. Yeah, I think like that probably. I will probably tack this here in a bit with hot glue also, but I don't have time to heat up my hot glue, especially because I don't want to bend down too much with my kidneys being silly. Oh no, not thrush. I'm so sorry. It just seems like everybody's having some sort of health something. Like even me. What in the world is going on here? All right. Let's see. Let's trim this girl's hair here. Let's give her a little trim there. All right. What do you think? Do you like it? Turn it. Aw, you're so sweet, Miss Tammy. Whatever you got going on, I'm praying for you, girl. Definitely. We are lifting you up to the Lord. Aw, thank you so much. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you guys for being with me tonight, and thank you for watching the Reindeer Ruckus event. There are still more crafters, so be sure that you are in the Fab 4 Emporium and craft around the clock. They are these lives are being streamed in both groups, so y'all are going to y'all have some fun still in store, and all from the comfort of your couch. Aw, poor thing. We're praying for a break for you, Miss Tammy. Hi, Miss Anita. Oh, okay. I forgot. I'm supposed to do a raffle now. I just remembered. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes, 1 minute. I can do a raffle. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna need y'all to comment the word Rudolph. Okay, go ahead and comment Rudolph, and on my side, I get to pick 2 people, and it's going to be the 5th commenter and the 7th commenter that I see that say that comment the word Rudolph will be going into a raffle that will be aired 9 p.m. Central, and you must be present to win. So make sure that you are watching that live, 9 p.m. Central. Y'all comment. So there's 1, 2, I'm counting. Aw, thanks, Miss Sue. 3. I'm on pins and needles. 4, 5. Okay, so Renee Carlson Clay, you're going in. Okay. 6, 7. Miss Kimberly from Craft Crazy Company. So Renee and Kimberly, you both are going in. Thank you all again for being with me, and I will catch y'all again soon. I will see you in the comments on the next presenter. Thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Bye, y'all.